Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. I'm doing an update on Pundix here. We did a video the other day, on Pundix. So a lot of people have been asking me for an update on the video in the Telegram group there. So we are doing an update for you guys now, So what we're going to do is dive in. Once again, thank you for continued support in the channel. It's really appreciated, And we love that you make the comments and you like the videos and you share on social media. We see that people are sharing these videos on social media, and we're always going to be honest and truthful and say what we see in this channel. We're not going to give you any bullshit. So yeah, thank you very much for those really nice comments that we're receiving across the entire space there. So we're just going to dive into Pundix then. The ticker's Npxs, and this is against the US dollar. Basically then, we were targeting a bit of a cup and handle pattern here on the 4 hourly time frame. Just here we've got that level of resistance, and we was forming a bit of a beautiful kind of cup and handle type pattern here, guys. That's the handle there, that's your cup, and then obviously you got your line there, which is your top of your cup, which acts as the neckline of the cup. And potentially if you was to break out of that, then you are looking at a potential target, roughly something like that, when you was to break this level here as of resistance and then back to support. You are looking at as pushing on to that sort of level, that target, for Pundi. And effectively it looks as though it's broken down. We also had another pattern that I noticed as well on the hourly time frame, where we had this kind of ascending triangle type thing going on, and obviously we've lost that now as well. So that pattern, because you've broken out of it, is actually invalidated. Patterns are always valid until you break out of them. So at the moment we were trading like this. You see we're getting tighter and tighter and tighter. We was expecting a breakout, but obviously they don't always play out, and we do tell people in our channel they don't always play out as you see them. They can break down as well. But Pundi has broke down, and I'll show you something now that it has broke down, but it's not necessarily a bad thing, because this cup and handle pattern is actually still in play. Because unless you break the baseline of a cup and handle, which is this level here, then this cup and handle is still in play. And there is lots of charts that have painted cup and handles, that look to be breaking out, and then they break down, don't actually break this baseline, this support line of the cup and handle. They'll sort of trade in the EMAs before making another go, and then they break up. And this cup and handle was valid all along. So I just want to make you aware of that, So basically, what we've got with Pundi, you can see, right, it was up here and very overbought, almost in the top trajectory there of top level, and it's come down and it's got a right nice cool off, which is really healthy. And you can see what it's being. It's being supported by the 55 EMA there. It's got really nice bounce off that 55 EMA on the 4 hourly time frame. But what it is doing now, it is in its head. It's in its head on the 20 EMA there. So that's acting a level of resistance, and you can see that it is sort of coming down a bit. So what you do need to do is keep an eye on this level here, because if you was to see that level loss for Pundi, which is that target there, which would be another correction of around 20% from here, which is not off the cards, we're just making you aware of everything, then this entire move, this next leg up, would be invalidated, and that target up there that I've just dropped, I don't know why I dropped that, but anyway, that target that we got up there, then this cup and handle and this potential play would be invalidated, and you would see that larger breakdown. So if it was to break down, where's your target? Well, your target is always the previous high, which is that level there. So that is one of a major support target. If it was to break down anymore, then obviously you've got that previous high there as well, which is another target. So you could see Pundi cool off and sort of cascade and start to break down. I'm not saying it will, but you always have to have your targets, your support targets, so you can see the fallback. And personally, in my opinion, if it was to break down to that, I think that would actually be a really good buy zone, because I would imagine that this particular level here, this one at the base of this cup and handle that we're looking at, which is the swing low of this swing high, which is a rock solid support level for Pundi. So I would imagine that particular level there, I've not looked yet, but I would imagine that particular level there, this base, swing high. I'll try and outline everything. So you got your swing high there, swing low, swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, and it's found that support there. So you may see Pundi come back down to this level of support and get that bounce off, and when it does, if it does, you would be looking at this pattern still being valid, and our target that we outlined in the video when we did the Pundi update the other day would still be valid. Patterns are valid unless invalidated, and at the moment Pundi is in a super uptrend, so at the moment bullish on Pundi, no reason not to be. but you are hitting that level of consolidation, testing support, which is perfectly healthy. So I would imagine that this level here, this swing low, would be the 20 EMA on the daily time frame. Okay, so we'll have a look at that and see where the 20 EMA is on the daily. So yeah, it's absolutely bang on. Look at that, that's bang on. Wow, I surprise myself sometimes, but that is bang on. Okay, and that, if we was to come down to there, that's perfectly healthy again, because you do want to see those daily EMA retests, be honest with you. You know, you've got one there, this is daily time frame. Okay, so you went up like that and you sort of peaked out. Okay, you got your swing high there, and then you formed a swing low, and on your swing low you've actually tested the 20 daily EMA there, and you found it as a level of support where it creeped up, consolidated, and then got that next swing high up. Okay, so you could potentially be looking at that. I'm not going to lie to you, you could be looking at a more of a blow off top here than what we're anticipating. Okay, and a level of support where we do come down, very similar to this pattern that we formed here. We do come down and make this swing low and retest this support here, this base, which sits at 0.058, basically half a penny, half a cent. Okay, so you may see us come down, okay, and retest this, hog this line for a little bit, which would be this 20 EMA. Look, the yellow line creeping along. Get those rocket ships refueled off of 20 EMA, even more power. Okay, and then march on and take out that swing high and march on to our target. What you potentially don't want to see though is falling through that. Okay, and then obviously testing this previous highs, because then you would be looking at an EMA 55 EMA retest on the daily time frame, and that would actually just slow things down, to be fair, because you can see you've not actually tested the 55 EMA since way down here in January, a couple of months ago. Okay, so it's not completely off the cards. Okay, you have got to be aware of the breakdown targets, but you know, from there that would be an even larger correction than 20%. I think we're looking at a 20% from that swing high down to that base of this swing low, which gives us 20% retracement. Okay, from this risk price point right here, you could potentially be looking at that 20% retracement. Okay, and that does look quite feasible. That looks like it potentially may play out unless Pundi can get some kind of bullish support right now. Because if you look at the RSI, okay, look at the RSI, that's always a good indicator as well. So sorry, it's a bit messy. I'm going to delete that for you. Okay, so looking at the RSI, you can see that the RSI is overbought. Basically, I'm not going to lie to you, it is overbought. You've got that bearish divergence there as well. Okay, so you've got the high there, as you know. So we've got that high, basically it goes like that. You've got your high, and then your high, and then in the RSI. This is a daily time frame, by the way. Don't forget, sometimes it's really good to zoom out, because you get a broader picture of what's going on in a larger correction or a larger up move in the grand scheme of things. So you've got that RSI divergence there. Okay, so you got a high, and then the RSI, you got a high and a lower high. So effectively that was telling you're looking at a cool off. You've got your cool off, okay, which is this. You've got that roll there, which is that, okay, that divergence. So basically that's played out. So you could see it reverse now. You could, you know, this wick here, this is a very bullish wick on the grand scheme of things on the daily time frame. That is a really bullish wick. That's called almost a bullish hammer. Okay, and that's basically a really strong support level. Whatever that is, that's really strong. We need to target that, because that is a really strong support level. Okay, so actually from its correction on daily time frame, Pundi has pushed back up 7 or 8%. So you could be looking at a reversal there. I do want to make you aware of everything. You know, everything that is potential play here for Pundi. I want to show you the levels of support. So you've got this current local bottom here, but you do have that swing low bottom there, which you still could break down and come to, and it would be perfectly healthy, because it's a 20 EMA daily retest, which you've had here. Okay, you've gone up, you've come back down, and then you've come back down to the 20 daily EMA retest, and as it creeps up, it kept hugging it, refueling rocket ships before I got that next surge up. So you are potentially looking at that, potentially if you was to lose that level there, 0.068, currently 8% up from that level there, because the RSI is saying you do need to cool down. Okay, I mean, look here. Okay, this is a prime indicator. The RSI was up there, pretty much like it was there. You started to roll over. You came back into the purple box. Level of consolidation. You're breaking down, retesting the 20 EMA, refueling them rocket ships before you got your next leg up, pushing you up out of the purple box on the RSI, and then making new highs here. And this was no divergence here. You was making a high, and all that, and you was making a high and a higher high. So there was no divergence. But then you started to form a divergence where you was making a high high and then a higher high, and here he was making a high and a lower high, so it was indicative of a reversal. You've got that reversal coming into play, and potentially you do probably need to see yourself come back down into this purple box more, as you did just there. Get that level of consolidation before you do take the next leg up. So yeah, do keep an eye on that. It's very difficult to call. It is really strong. Okay, it is really strong. This uptrend is really strong. Not going to lie to you. You're getting bounces off the 20 EMA on the daily time frame. Okay, you've not had that retest of the 55 since there in January. It is really strong. But me personally, I would necessarily be targeting a pullback to this 20 daily EMA at the moment, because you failed to take out that top there. You've got the divergence. Your histogram is rolling over. You're potentially looking like you're going to go bearish on the histogram. I think the lines are really high, so you're potentially looking at a bearish cross on the daily time frame for the MACD, the line and the MACD there. You've got that rollover. You see that, so you potentially are looking at more downside. Even though you have painted that very bullish candle there. So I hope that helps you. If it was to break down, obviously you got these levels of support here. Okay, so you do know that. But it is held fair. If it was to break down and retest these, it is held fair, and I would imagine that you get the retest and the support, and that target up there, that we have set, would be in play. And so I hope you enjoyed that Pundi update. Obviously, we've not made that high at the moment, but I just want to reassure you that you are potentially, looking to refuel to go on and make that high in it. I want to reassure you that it's perfectly healthy if it was to correct, even if it was to correct, 20% from here down to that daily 20 EMA as a retest there of support, which it has done in this entire move a couple of times there. So yeah, that's Pundix. Stay strong, stay safe, and it's a great project. It's a great project. I know a lot of the people in the Telegram group there are heavily involved in Pundi, and when they see it collapsing and going down, they're getting a bit panicky and scared, and just giving you a level of reassurance there. Okay, do stay strong and safe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.